Hi everybody, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. We've got huge traffic warnings for the port of Galveston, and it's not just for this weekend, it's all the way past the holidays, the Christmas holidays, New Year's holidays. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Big plans in Manhattan. Big plans for an expansion to almost 100-year-old cruise terminal. We'll talk a little bit about that. That's pretty exciting news. Speaking of more exciting news, Princess has just announced a new destination for their cruise ships coming up starting in 2026. And yeah, a lot of people can't wait to check out this stop. Okay, first I do have a little bit of housekeeping news out there. I am getting ready to leave on some back-to-back kind of cruises, so I'll be gone for a while. My son's already moved in upstairs. He can't wait. He loves staying here when I'm gone. He's got the arcade. He's got the big screen TVs. He's got the run of the house when I'm gone. Absolutely loves to take it over, but I've been sending out some invites to our group cruise, and unfortunately, when I'm sending them out on Facebook, it's not going out to some email addresses. It says can't send to these email addresses. So if you haven't received an invite yet for our group cruise to our Facebook page, please look up the group and ask to be invited. Please only go. I'm only going to accept those people who are actually on the group, but it's called Dawn's Star Princess Group Cruise December 2025. And if you look up that group and ask for an invite, I'll accept you. This is how we will communicate. Once Princess, they still haven't gotten back to me, lets me know the date and the time of and whereabouts of the cocktail party, lets me know which dining room we're going to be in. I've already put up some hotel suggestions up there in case people still have, haven't booked a hotel, wondering where to stay. I put up 3 different hotels you can stay at. I'll put up more information about the ship later on this week and things to do and, our destinations, that kind of thing. So please, yeah, it's Dawn's Star Princess Group Cruise, December 2025, and please ask for an invite if you've been in the group. I'm sending out the emails, but like I said, some of them haven't been going through. All right, on with some of the cruise news. We have, speaking of Princess Cruise Lines, some pretty big news from them. They're expanding their Caribbean and Panama Canal for seasons in 2027, 2028, but along with that announcement, they've announced another destination. And this destination is the new Celebration Key, Carnival's private island that just opened. And it is, if you compare it to Princess Keys basically has a beach and some dining and a few little shops. It doesn't have a whole lot else. There's not even private pools, if I can remember correctly last time I've been there. Anything like that. So it's not a big island by any means. It's a relaxing beach, stop. Celebration Key is just the opposite. It has the pools, it has the water park, it has all kinds of fun things for people to do on it. So it's pretty exciting news that Princess will be stopping there with 6 different ships starting in 2026. So that's pretty big news if you're looking to see Celebration Key, but you didn't, you're kind of loyal to Princess. You didn't want to have to take a Carnival ship to go visit the island. Now you can stay with your favorite cruise line and go there. And speaking of Celebration Key, I'll be there next week. So I'll give you a preview of what I think of this island. I've talked about Perfect Day at Coco Cay before. I've talked about MSC's private island. Let's go check out Celebration Key, and I'll give you my thoughts on that. I'm actually going to have Tony. Tony was there already, and he's going to give me a little tour of Celebration Key while we're there. That should be a lot of fun because he's more of a Carnival expert than I am. But we'll see how they impress me as I've been going on Carnival for the first time in over a decade. That's right, over a decade. So pretty excited about that news. Some not so exciting news is Galveston. Galveston has just come out and said, yeah, folks, we are doing these big repairs. We're doing these big expansions to our port, etc. And the road leading up to the cruise port, it's going to be under construction now, starting now. And so there could be some big time delays in getting to the cruise port. So plan your trip to Galveston accordingly. They even went so far as to try and say, maybe even try and figure out a different route to get in there than the main route into the cruise terminal. So yeah, they're planning this all the way until the end of this year, into New Year's. So be prepared if you're sailing out of Galveston during the holiday season. There could be long delays, there could be long lineups, and they're saying, please give yourself lots of time to get to the cruise ships, because the cruise ships aren't going to wait. Doesn't matter how hard it is to get there, the cruise ships still have to leave by a certain time of day. And unfortunately, they are going to stick to their schedule whether you can get through the traffic or not. So be prepared for that. And we also have some Manhattan cruise terminal news. But before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You want to keep up to date with everything going on in cruising, from the new cruise terminals to traffic getting to your thing, to new destinations like the private island Celebration Key for Princess Cruises. That's pretty exciting news. Can't wait to see that, and all the different things that goes on in cruising that can enhance your cruise or maybe de-enhance your cruise in a way, and you want to be aware of everything so your cruise goes as smooth as possible, as enjoyable as possible, and maybe even save you a little bit of money in the meantime. I hope you'll join us. It doesn't cost anything when you subscribe, but boy, it really does help the channel out, and I really do appreciate it. Okay, let's talk about the Manhattan Cruise Terminal. It is 90 years old. It is probably one of the oldest cruise terminals in the world, folks, in the world. And so it wasn't built for the amount of, traffic and businesses and buildings that are there now over this decade of growth in the area. But they have an idea to change all that. They are planning a huge expansion to the terminal. A whole new terminal, a whole new atrium, a whole new parking area, wider sidewalks. They're investing in shore power for every area. They're going to have, the expansion can hold 3 cruise ships. 2 of them will be large enough to do the 8,000 passenger cruise ships. Also, they're going to have road bridges that makes it easier to get over the main road in front of the terminal that people have to cross. That is dangerous, because there's always a billion cars going back and forth. They also have bicycle parades through, like show races through there, etc. It makes it really difficult to get into the terminal. Well, this overhead walk bridge will ease all of that destination traffic and problems when you're trying to get there. Now, it's only in the planning stages. It still has to go and reach out for funding, etc., etc. But they're saying, look, this terminal alone brings in over $500 million to the economy right there in that area, just in the area. And that doesn't, people who stay in New Jersey, people who stay further away at other hotels, that doesn't even take into account that money. It's just money spent in that area. So they're saying $500 million, if we end up spending $1 billion on the new terminal, it pays for itself within 2 years. Not too many businesses can say that. Cruising right now can definitely say that. Plus they're saying it will be an enhancement to the skyline. It'll be an enhancement to the actual Manhattan Island itself. And it will no longer be known as the 100-year-old cruise terminal. Pretty exciting news. No timelines are in there, no nothing, but when you look at the drawings and the plans that they have, you can see how big an improvement it will be, because actually sailing right now is not an easy thing to do when you're sailing out of Manhattan. It's just not an easy trip some days. It can take a long time, so really glad to hear about that expansion. Let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think? Are you excited about the new terminal? How about Princess now going to Celebration Key? Is that a good thing, or you prefer Princess Key, which is quieter and more laid back and not as many things to do around the ship? I don't know. I think both destinations, I'll give them a try. I can't wait to check out Celebration Key next week. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Want to see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world? Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.